'Twas the night before August, and throughout the Northeast no N.E.R.D.S member was jolly, no, not in the least. Gone were the fireworks, here was the heat, enough to fry up an egg on the street. Vacations had come, but now they were gone. Now time for the dishes and mowing the lawn. When what in my podcasting feed should appear but a Dick Rogers fable with timing quite queer. In his studio, Coburn was doing his thing, but he'd started to question what that work would bring. He felt quite embarrassed, and that was the worst. Why am I shaking jingle bells on July 31st? It was time for a break, so he got in his car and drove over to Eleanor's office, the bar. He asked, "Do you think that we chose the wrong date? I feel like this is about 7 months late." Eleanor simply smiled as she sipped on a beer. It would surely not be what he wanted to hear. But the way it came out, it was almost a taunt. "It's Christmas in July. We can do what we want." And with that she downed what was left in her cup, and told Coburn that it was time to get up. They needed this episode posted today. He should get back to work and end this delay. He left, muttering under his breath this reply: "Merry Christmas to all, even if it's July."
Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to another enthralling episode of Dick Rogers' Space Detective. In this episode, Dick goes on a search for the missing Mr. Claus.
Just a second. Got to download. Oh, this episode is huge. We're gonna be here forever.
Oh, no. That's in Tinselbyte, not Terabyte.
Oh, whew. I love Dick Rogers, but I'm not ready to sit here for 25 terabytes of episodes.
I mean, I would.
How do you have that much time?
Have you even looked at my fanfics?
I have perused them.
I put so much work into those, and you just...
Hey guys, happy holidays!
Oh, Merry Christmas, Evangeline.
Happy, merry, whatever.
Well, clearly I walked into something. Anyway, it's that time of year, so I invited the rest of the nerds to come listen to our holiday episode around the fire.
Oh, great. I can get that going.
And I'll help push the perusing trader in.
What was that?
Nothing. Oh, look, the gang's here.
Yay! How's it going?
Hey, come on in, guys.
How's it going?
Now that we're all here, let's get this show on a roll.
You got it. Cue the episode.
Welcome back, one and all, to Dick Rogers' Space Detective. This episode will have you gripping onto your sleds tightly as we wind and jump and probably have to climb up a hill while Dick tries to complete the world's most jolly missing persons case. That's right, this is Dick Rogers and the Disappearing Santa Claus. We enter on Dick's empty office.
Ah, dang it. I better head in and grab that. Hello? Oh, hey, Chief. I was just outside having a snowball fight with the abominable snowman. Have you ever been pelted by a snowball half your size? I might have a broken rib. Oh, right. Sorry. What's the case? Santa Claus is missing? You mean that fictional character that all the parents use to force their kids to be good from Halloween till New Year's? Okay. Sorry, I didn't know you still believe. I mean, yeah, he's totally real. Where did you say this was? Oh, of course, the North Pole. Got it. I'll head there right away. Can't believe this. Got me going on a wild goose chase looking for a fictional character. They better be giving me holiday pay for this case. Oh, damn it. Broken rib.
And off Dick went to pack his bags for his trip to the North Pole. I hope he remembers that alcohol is not as warm as a coat and gloves.
Hey, it'll help.
I'll just save my "I told you so." As Dick blasts off to the North Pole, here's a word from one of our sponsors.
Hey Tommy, why so glum? Don't you know it's Christmas?
I know, Billy. I'm just sad this time of year.
Ah, shucks, why's that?
I don't know for sure. Maybe the weather? Maybe remembering those who have passed that I can't enjoy Christmas with anymore?
Boy, that sure sounds awful rough, Tommy. Hey, I know what might help. Whenever I feel sad, my dad always says just what I need to hear.
What's that?
Just get over it.
What?
Yep, my dad says those words and it zaps all my sadness away. Crazy, huh?
Billy, are you okay? You seem...
I'm great! Why would I not be? I have a loving, supportive family that cares about me so much, and I never, ever think about jumping in front of Santa's sleigh.
Oh, man. Sounds like you might need a psychiatrist.
Not when I could just get over it!
If you know someone dealing with depression this holiday season, simply say, just get over... I'm not saying that. Please seek help. You deserve to be happy. And now, back to the show. Dick landed safely in the snowy field near Santa's North Pole workshop. Not a creature was stirring, as they say.
Wow, this place is much more peaceful than the abominable snowman's place. Everything looks untouched. Actually, is anyone here?
Dick called into the still darkness.
Hello? Anybody there? Here? There? Here? There? Here?
Suddenly, Dick heard tiny jingle bells as a small hooded figure approached him.
Hey kid, where are your parents?
The small figure lowered its hood to reveal an ancient visage, ravaged by the cruel passage of time, with pointed ears.
Are you blind? I'm 650 years old. You're the kid here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just...
Yeah, whatever. You're the guy they sent to find the big guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm Dingle. I mean Dingle. Why do I keep saying that? My name is Dingle.
What kind of breakdown are you having here, kid?
I'm trying to tell you my name. It's D-I-C-K, but when I say it, it comes out as...
Dingle. Because we can't swear here. Humans naming their kids after Willies, I tell ya. My name's Jingles.
And you're making fun of my name?
Are you trying to get on the naughty list? Because I'll put you there for life, pal.
No, I'm sorry. We're getting off on the wrong foot. Speaking of, could we go inside? I didn't bring the warmest shoes.
Told you so.
Please?
Yeah, let me just ring the other kids.
Jingles pulled out what appeared to be a gingerbread man and dialed the number on its little gumdrop buttons.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
What did you say, Willy boy?
Oh, I said the snow here is beautiful. How do you get it to look so clean?
Magic. Everything here is controlled by magic, except for the elves. Otherwise, I would look like Christina Aguilera.
Sure. First, you want me to believe in Santa. Then you want me to believe in magic.
Suddenly, a door opened in front of Jingles and Dick, opening to show a bright, warm workshop, teeming with other elves and the toys they were making.
This room is for believers only, unless you'd rather freeze out there.
I believe in Santa Claus.
Dick followed Jingles into the vast workspace. As he peered around, he noticed that the room was just as sparkling and magical as the outside, full of constant, pleasant Christmas music and flowing barrels of hot chocolate.
Who controls the magic, if that's what this is?
Santa does? Butterfinger brain?
What did you just call me? Never mind. If Santa is missing, how is the magic still working?
Just because he's gone doesn't mean the magic leaves too. Actually, that's how we know he's still alive. If he were dead, the magic would die too.
Oh, that's horrible.
Another slightly smaller elf joined Jingles and Dick.
Hey, Jingles, the influencers are fluffing it all up again. They've been posting videos of those ding-ding robot arms all over the fluffing socials, and now they're the most requested gift of the year.
Ugh, not the robot arms again. I thought we had put out enough warnings from the influencers about those.
What the fluff is an influencer?
Exactly what it sounds like. They make things less popular. You got coal in that brain or what?
It's fluffing ridiculous. You just know those teen boys are going to use them for, well, technically it's still grabbing something, but that's not the intended thing to grab. We're gonna get fluffing sued.
It's the old people again, isn't it?
I don't know why they can't just use a ding-ding grabber like we put out years ago. Why does everything have to be fluffing technologically advanced now?
You better watch that mouth, Trixie. You'll be back on reindeer duty faster than that robot arm can... well, you know.
Fluff that! I'm not picking up that shingle again.
A long tube appeared and sucked Trixie inside, her tiny little voice screaming elf obscenities.
I tried to warn her.
So many questions.
No time! We gotta see Rudolph.
The reindeer?
You do believe in those, right?
I don't know what to believe anymore. This whole place is crazy.
Dick and Jingles jumped in what can only be explained as a car made entirely out of cookies, candy, and frosting, leaving a trail of glitter behind them instead of exhaust fumes. While they ride to Rudolph's place, here's another word from our sponsor.
Hiya, Phil. How's it going?
Oh, hey neighbor. Things are pretty good. How's the family?
Oh, you know, the usual. Wife is stressed from the in-laws visiting. Can't say I blame her. My mom is one royal pain in the tuchus.
Oh boy, I hear that. My poor wife. How do you work it out between the two of them?
Well, I just tell my wife to quit crying and get over it.
You can't be serious.
Serious as the plague, Phil. Works every time, too. My wife storms out of the room and comes back out with the biggest smile on her face.
After what? Punching a pillow, pretending it's your face?
No way she does that. I think sometimes she uses a calming spray. It smells a lot like a skunk, but most of the time my words are enough. Heck, I even remind her that some people have it worse.
Have you considered therapy?
Therapy is for people with real problems. We just aren't that kind of family, Phil.
Well, I'm off to hug my dad and let him know I love him.
Is your wife having difficulty with your family? Try quit crying and... No, this one is worse than the first. Who is paying for these ads? Anyway, back to the action. Dick and Jingles arrived at the reindeer barn, where they began their descent into what appeared to be a dungeon.
The fluff do you guys have a dungeon for?
Adults get toys too, you know.
You can't be serious.
Just read the sign, Dingle.
Jingles and Dick descended to the end of the stairway, where a sign over the door read,
Rudolph's dark room, abandon all jolliness, ye who enter here?
Yeah. Once he realized red lights were used for photography, he built himself this little dark room, playing his emo death Christmas carols, which just made it easier for all the other reindeer to laugh and call him names behind his back.
Wow. Okay, why are we here?
I figured he might have a photo to point you in the right direction. I thought detectives were smart.
And I thought elves were sweet.
Oh, you want sweet? I may be small, but my candy cane is legendary around here.
I get the feeling you aren't talking about a real candy cane.
Glad you got something, finally.
Jingles knocked on the door. It opened to reveal a scrawny reindeer with a burning red nose.
Jingles, what the fluff do you want?
This here is Dingle. He's looking for Santa.
That's not my real name.
I suppose you want my help?
You owe me after that time I suggested you lead in the fall.
One of these days, that excuse isn't gonna work.
Dick began to wander around the room, looking at all the film.
That negative there, is that a reindeer stomping on an old woman?
Basically, Blitzen got too blitzed and ran over somebody's grandmother. I kept that one for blackmail. Blitz is the biggest apple of the bunch. Ah, here they are.
Rudolph handed Dick some photos depicting jolly old Saint Nick himself, talking with a small girl in a green sash, wearing a mask.
Looks like a Girl Scout?
A what?
A Girl Scout. They do things for nature and all that girl power bull shingle. Biggest thing they're known for is selling cookies.
Jingles and Rudolph exchanged a look.
What?
I thought he quit the cookies after that last intervention.
He must have relapsed. Man, I hope this doesn't get back to Mrs. Claus.
Oh, I bet I know where he's hiding.
Rudolph led Jingles and Dick to the North Pole cafeteria. It smelled like you would imagine, sweet but also spiced, like it was made of gingerbread.
No wonder he couldn't kick the habit. That smell would tempt anybody.
The kitchen usually smells like rum ham. That's the smell of someone who's high on cookies.
The smell is stronger this way.
Rudolph walked towards the pantry, Dick and Jingles at his hooves. They heard a pounding and a rustling. Dick pulled his blaster and kicked open the door, ready to shoot. Behind the door sat a fat, round man with bloodshot eyes and a chocolate-covered beard.
Whoa, hey, what's with the blaster, man?
Boss? How long have you been in here?
I don't know, some girl asked for a pony, and I was like, yeah, small child, here you go. And then she just threw cookies at me.
Your file said you've been missing for at least 4 days.
No, you got it all wrong, man. I kicked the habit. This is, gravy on my beard here.
As Santa rose from the floor, boxes on boxes of empty Thin Mints cascaded around him.
Oh, boss, what the fluff? You gotta lay off the crumbs. This is embarrassing. I can't believe we lost you this time. Dingle, let's just consider this case closed, and let's not tell your gift buddies about it, okay?
I could probably keep my mouth shut. For a price.
What's your price? Oh, let me guess. An adult party in our real dungeon?
I don't even want to know what goes on in there. No, I was thinking more of a lifetime supply of whiskey. I need to drink this nightmare away.
Only thing we got is maple syrup.
That will ferment. Good enough for me.
Jingles and Dick shook on the deal, and Dick headed back to his spaceship. But before his journey back to Earth, he decided to radio the chief.
Hey, Chief, case is closed. Turns out Santa has a cookie problem. You can say that again. Not actually, though.
And so concludes another festive episode of Dick Rogers' Space Detective. But before you get back to your crackling Yule-log, we will have one last word from our sponsor.
Mr. Billy's dad. You'll find the divorce papers have already been signed. Seems your wife has had enough.
What? Well, this is just terrible. What do I do now? Did she say why?
She stated, and I quote, "There's just too many problems and I don't know how to fix them."
I thought we were so happy. I can't possibly think of any problems. How could she do this to our family? Poor little Billy is going to be devastated.
I'm gonna get medicated!
You know, I heard a jingle not long ago. It said to try to just get over it. I don't use it much, but it does do the trick sometimes.
I see it now. It's me. I'm the problem.
I don't understand what you're mumbling about, but it sounds like I helped. Happy holidays to all! Well, that was enlightening.
You know, the first troop to bake and sell Girl Scout cookies was the Mistletoe Troop in 1917.
That ties in really well. I wonder why that wasn't mentioned in the episode.
It was already 25 tinsel bites. I'm sure they had to cut things out.
I'm learning so much.
Dick Rogers isn't about learning. It's about bringing your N.E.R.D.S family closer together.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I appreciate you guys.
I love you guys
sweet.
almost as much as my
Nerds of the
cat.
world.
Kind.
Thanks.
Are we done being sappy now? I want to bring up the topic of last year's Christmas party.
Please don't say Die Hard.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
What are you talking about?
It's not.
Category.
It is not.
Die
So
Hard is
just
not
because
Christmas.
you
can't
think
argue
that
one and prove the
if
other.
it's a Christmas time, counts. It doesn't.
Well, anyway, happy celebrations, listeners.
Join us next time for another episode of
Dick Rogers, Space Detective. Same space time.
Same space place.
Hit him with the handles, Mike.
We're on Facebook at Dick Rogers Pod, on Instagram at Dick Rogers Space Detective, and Twitter at Rogers Space. And you can join the nerds on Patreon at patreon.com/space_detective.
This episode's nerds are Angela Ventris as Eleanor, Rudolph, and Lawyer, Michael Storm as Mike Nutley and Dick Rogers, Jacob Herman as Jingles, Tommy, Phil, and Philip, Andrea Lang as narrator and Charlotte, Nicholas Johnson as Chief, Billy's dad, Santa, and Coburn Washington, and Brittany Stone as Evangeline, Trixie, and Billy. Dick Rogers and the Disappearing Santa Claus was written by Brittany Stone. Music by Nicholas Johnson, sound design by Michael Storm, and audio editing by Nicholas Johnson.